About a 65-degree day, maybe 70 at best. Very, very light wind and somewhat overcast. And why am I saying all this? The people here at the Bear Center say, well, we know what the weather is. Well, this is a worldwide broadcast. Typically it goes to people in about 38 states and roughly 8 countries are our general visitors to our podcast. And PTZ driver, we have Lucky on the scale and Holly Bear cruising toward the scale. I want to introduce the PTZ driver and who that person is. It's a very special person who actually from somewhere around the world monitors our pan, tilt, and zoom camera. PTZ driver, Lucky on the scale, Holly Bear to the right of the rock den. We also have a staff member attempting to get Honey Bear out of the window den. She's not having any part of that. Holly Bear just checked to make sure Honey was still in the window den, and I'm right above Honey's window den, and she... It's a little Holly Bear. And before I talk too much, I want to say thank you to all the volunteers. I haven't done that for a day or two. Say thank you to all the volunteers that make these worldwide podcasts happen. Our goal here at the North American Bear Center is to dispel myths and misperceptions about black bears. And we have 2 black bears actually out right now, and if Honey Bear decides to come out of the window, then we'll have 3. Our largest bear out right now is Lucky. He's a 7-year-old male, and he likes watermelon, but his favorite place, he actually has a favorite place that he likes to eat watermelon. It's on the scale. I don't know why, but that's Lucky. To the right of the scale, we have little Holly Bear, working on a toy that she really goes at really, really well. That's called the cube. And the cube has 2 holes in it. It's the only way she can get the treats out that are inside. She has to roll it the correct way. It has only 2 holes, and if she rolls it the wrong way, no food comes out. It's problem solving, learning, and as you can well see, manipulation. And she doesn't waste any time either. That's one thing I've noticed about Holly. She's a little determined bear, and she goes right at it. PTZ driver Honey has just come out of the window den. PTZ driver Honey has come out of the window den and decided, well, I might try that slice of watermelon after all. A question a lot of kids ask me is, well, do they eat the rind too? No, they don't. Just like us, they eat the red part of the watermelon, and yes, they do eat the seeds. They don't spit them out like we do. The seeds go too. I just noticed some behavior as I'm over here on the deck. Lucky looked at Honey Bear, thinking he was going to maybe take that little watermelon away from her, and he decided, no, I'm not going to do that. So we have Lucky cruising toward the food shed. We have Holly Bear working on the last few treats of that block. And Honey Bear is chomping down on 1/4 of a watermelon. Watermelon is a favorite, especially when it's a little warmer. But we had a fabulous watermelon here today, and we thought to the bears. I'll talk a little bit about our bears. I've already been asked today if Honey Bear is a brown bear, because she's brown, so she must be a brown bear. Honey Bear is our 18-year-old female, and she is a black bear. She's a cinnamon phase black bear. And kids have asked me, is she going to turn black someday? Nope. She's not going to turn black. She's always going to be brown. And the lighter color on her back is her fur from this winter. And all that light fur on her back down her spine is going to come off. Is going to come off here this summer. And she will be a real dark Hershey's chocolate color when she goes into denning. She typically dens in late November. Honey Bear, a little bit more about Honey Bear. She is always been a captive bear, and she was born on a game farm. She's never had cubs. She has rejected both of the males we have here at the Bear Center, and that's her choice because that's exactly what happens in the wild. In the wild, it is a matriarchal society, and just because a male may want to mate with a particular female, it doesn't mean that that's going to happen. If the female is not too impressed with the male, she's going to say no. Now I'm watching a little interesting behavior. If you watch Honey Bear, she's slowly moving to the right or toward Holly Bear. She has a plan, and it's by design. She's quietly moving, watching Holly. She knows there's food in that cube. The question is, how close, and I was just going to say, the question is, how close is Holly going to let her get before she gives up the cube? And I guess I've already got my answer. PTZ driver, Honey is focusing toward the food shed, and Holly has just gone out of sight. What happened here is Honey Bear finished her watermelon. She knew very well that Holly Bear had the cube, and she knows it has food in it. She finishes her watermelon and slowly walks all the way over, and Holly knew she had to get out of the way. And how did she know that? Well, Honey Bear runs the show around here, and Honey Bear has treed Holly on a number of occasions to impress upon Holly who the boss is. This time, all she had to do was walk toward Holly, and Holly knew what to do. Just get out of the way. Here comes Honey. So I'll give up the cube that I enjoyed playing with because Honey's a bigger bear, and she has treed me in the past. Bears are quick learners. They have excellent long-term memories. Holly knows very well what Honey's intent was. I saw that they made eye contact between the two. I could see that from the deck. I also saw Holly's ears go back. PTZ driver, here comes Holly back. Focus on the food shed. Well, it looks like Holly did a little ring around the rosy. Notice Holly is watching where Honey has gone. She's not too sure where Honey is. Rather than take a chance and stay there, she's going to move on. Notice little Holly's looking behind her just to see if Honey's around. Holly Bear has taken the rind from the scale. Doesn't know what she's going to do with it, but she took it. Well, now she's dropped it, and she has eyed the other watermelon by the window den. Let's see what Holly Bear is going to do by the window den. Well, she checked the window den. Honey's not there. Now we've got Holly looking at the people inside the viewing area. That's interesting that she's looking at the people inside the viewing area in the building. About a month ago, she was scared of her own shadow because when she looks at the viewing windows, she also sees her reflection, not only just the people inside. And she was scared of her own reflection because she thought that was another bear. She's now learned that that's not another bear, and she doesn't need to be fearful. Holly Bear is a 19-month-old yearling. She was born in the state of Arkansas to a wild mother. She was separated from her mother because of a forest fire. And she was picked up by a family and raised in a family setting. And without a permit and other things from the Arkansas Department of Fish and Game, you can't do that. So the authorities came and took little Holly Bear as a cub and sent her to a rehabilitation center in the state of Tennessee. And they deemed that Holly Bear was non-releasable into the wild. So her options were really quite limited. Either find a forever home for Holly or euthanasia. Well, we got little Holly in December, actually December 27th. Of 2013, and she hibernated in about a week or week and a half after that. She came out of hibernation in early April, and due to a skin condition, she was under veterinary care until May 30th, when she was cleared to come out to the 2.5 acres that you see in front of you. The 2.5 acres are all natural woods, except for the pond and the waterfalls. Our bears are free to wander the 2.5 acres, so they're not always out in front of the viewing area. But when we do see a bear in front of the viewing area, we attempt to announce it over our PA system. Although we don't catch every time a bear comes through. Usually our visitors tell us, "Oh, there's a bear in the window." One bear that's not out today is Ted Bear. He's our 17-year-old male. He also, like Honey Bear, was born on a game farm and has never had to know the challenges of the wild. Both him and Honey, Ted and Honey, were raised by a private party. And that private party gave both of those bears to the Bear Center in the summer of 2007. Ted is in his small enclosure today, and by small enclosure I mean about the size of a 2-car garage. He's had a little arthritic issues with his front leg, so under the veterinary care, the vet has asked us to take him and put him in a small enclosure and rest him up for a little bit. And so he gets plenty of visitors. He gets enrichment toys. He got his watermelon here while I've been talking. And for those of you that really know all about Ted, he got half the watermelon. Lucky got a quarter, and Honey got a quarter. Ted always gets a half a watermelon, and it's one of his favorites. For those of you that want to see some recent pictures about Ted, I just took some about noon today, and they're posted on Facebook page Bear Chat Picture Place. Pictures at noon today, again, are posted on Bear Chat Picture Place Facebook page. Our moderators on our chat page can direct you to how to get to that page if you don't know, and they can assist you with other questions about black bears, as well as not just about Ted, Lucky, Honey, and Holly. PTZ driver Holly Bear is on the scale, and now she's gone to Ted's preaching log and examining one more time the rind of the watermelon. She's not too sure she wants to give up on that watermelon, so she's going to grab it. She's now walking across the viewing area and obviously has a plan. I just don't know what it is. Across the rock bridge, and there we go. Into the clover patch. obviously into her secret hideaway. That's kind of interesting that she's doing that, because we have Lucky Bear, who has a habit of taking treats, whether it be watermelon or other items, into the woods as well. I'm not here to say she learned that from Lucky, but it is interesting that we have seen her do that a couple of times, and Lucky has the same habit. Lucky Bear and Holly Bear have developed a relationship here in the last 2 weeks, and it has really been quite positive. We have seen Lucky be very gentle with Holly and very tolerant of play, and actually has been in the pond with her, and I actually think he's kind of showing her the ropes of the 2.5 acres around here. We have seen them both in the same tree, playing in a tree, and I'm looking at where Holly Bear may have gone. I don't see where she went. It's possible she could end up in the white pine, and for those of you who don't know the white pine that I'm referring to, it's on my left. It is the tallest tree on the left of the 2.5 acres with a dead forked top. That has become a favorite tree of Holly Bear. We have found her in the morning there sleeping. Her and Lucky have played in that white pine, and that same half-dead white pine was Lucky Bear's cup tree 7 years ago. Lucky Bear still climbs that tree today, and just the other day him and Holly were having fun playing in that tree. I want to thank all of you for coming to the North American Bear Center today. We know that you have many options for your entertainment as well as educational learning opportunities here in the Ely area. If you care, PTZ driver Holly Bear is back out. Focus on the rock den. PTZ driver Holly is crossing the rock bridge. Holly is on the rock bridge. I'm surprised to see that Holly came back out. I did not expect to see her back out. Holly is examining the window den. Now I'm going to check out the creek. And she's actually right below me at the moment. She's also examining the drain of the creek. Of course, we have to examine that. She's now walking in the creek right by the window den. And she's looked up at the people on the deck. And she's satisfied that, well, there doesn't look to be any food there. I think I'm going to check out the window den one more time. Holly Bear, for the PTZ driver, she is on the creek side of the window den. As I was saying, I know you all have many opportunities to view wildlife. If you're interested in wolves, I might suggest the International Wolf Center. That is at the east end of town, approximately 1 mile east of downtown Ely. Here at the Bear Center, you are 1 mile west of downtown Ely. We are open every day from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. now until Labor Day weekend. And your admissions is a day pass. You can come and go as many times as you want today. So if you have other little things you'd like to do in the Ely area, feel free, and you can stop back here until 7 o'clock. We have over 60 videos for your education and learning about every aspect of black bear life, as well as 2 BBC documentaries that were both filmed here in the Ely area. One was filmed in 2010, and the other one was filmed in 2012. Both those BBC documentaries actually document the work of Dr. Lynn Rogers as well as his fellow associates. They are actually filming him out in the woods here in the Ely area, working with wild black bears. Again, I'd like to thank you all. We still have Honey Bear and Holly Bear. We have Honey Bear and Holly Bear still out. And I just laughed because I saw Holly Bear do a quick little bluff charge on Honey. And Honey looked around and said, yeah, okay, I'm scared. Not. So I would ask the PTZ driver focus on the food shed. Both Honey and Holly are that way. Thank you very much. And our next worldwide broadcast will be tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning, Ely time. Thank you.